the role that masculinity plays in this whole thing is the fact that they had about a I believe about a 10 year 11-year age difference. So he was, no, I'm lying. No, I believe he was 17 when they met and she was 11. So he started out as someone who streamed playing Fortnite online. He kept getting copyright claims, so his mother encouraged him to make his own music. And he started playing his own music during his shows and everything, and people started really liking it. And then from there, he created a whole demand for his music, right? And that's how he became the David that we know today. So this whole time, could have found out she was kind of always with him. So from the time she was 11 until about 14 years old, this is basically seemingly his girlfriend. But I want to let this story play a little bit more.
15-year-old girl who had been missing for more than a year. Police made the grisly discovery last Monday, saying the Tesla had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills.
It was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from here.
Workers at this tow yard noticed an odor coming from the front trunk, which turned out to be decomposing remains. There's no official word yet as to how the teenager died. According to the medical examiner, Rivas had a tattoo on her index finger reading "shh." While that tattoo is not uncommon with several performers, David has the same tattoo in the same location.
Yo, you see the jewelry he has on? That is female jewelry. The more that men do not try to be manly, appear masculine, you become a chaotic individual. Okay? I'm gonna play another disturbing video.
The singer has amassed a substantial following with 33 million monthly
use.
Spotify listeners. He spoke about his rise to stardom last year with our Lindsay Davis.
The success has kind of been quite literally overnight, so it's kind of hard to kind of be in the moment sometimes, but I'm just taking it in slowly, appreciating it.
Overnight, his concert in Seattle was abruptly canceled. He still has not commented on the case, and he has not been charged with any crime.
A lot of people are going to be asking the very obvious question of why hasn't David been brought in at least for questioning? Law enforcement doesn't have the answers they want in order to be able to confront or question David, especially without an autopsy report as to the cause and manner of death.
And the medical examiner says they are still trying to determine the cause and also the timing of this teenager's death and whether this was potentially a murder. The sources also say that investigators want to find out if there was any sort of relationship between this teenage girl and David.
All right, Brad.
New
All right,
details in the
Brad.
case involving...
Shut up, Brad. Quiet down, Brad. So this is David, right? And again, I understand that he can't help what he looked like and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. I have a thing about seeing like niggas with whack faces making it. All right. Another thing too is the way that y'all conduct yourselves, the way y'all carry yourselves and whatnot. Y'all niggas could have never been popping in our era. Look, our rappers were just way more masculine, right? And this was way tougher. Not only that, you just wouldn't be caught up in some shit like this. This is fucking crazy. Like CGA phrased this as this is the crime of the century. You understand? Because it's a big whodunit. Because listen, there's a possibility that he didn't actually do it. Because you understand that is crazy that the body was in his car, but he has not been brought in, and more than likely because of the nature of how it came about. Now he is a suspect, but if he has been brought in, there's more to this case probably. But what was disturbing, and the main thing I want to get into was this whole age gap, right? And why he thought this was okay. So, I'm gonna play a quick video. I thought it was quite interesting, and it basically talks about. It's a compilation of all these videos that he posted. All right, and the title is "There Were No Signs."
Right? What the fuck was I thinking? Like I was gonna be in a relationship? I'm a fucking psycho. That's why I'm good at what I do.
Me watching her scream after I poured boiling water on her after she told a boy happy birthday because we made it another year. Motherfuckers, when I start act, is it? That's not him. Hold on, who is this? My bad, y'all. I will play it anyway. Motherfuckers, when I start acting mentally ill after I told them I'm mentally ill. Oh, okay. So like these were his reposts. I guess he was posting this. All right, so all right. So it's a repost. So basically, these were reposts on his TikTok or things that he identified with, right? This one says, "Damn, I wish I wasn't so insecure. I wish I could live a quiet life, but I be hearing voices." So if you guys don't know, if you ever hear someone talking about hearing voices, that's a symptom of schizophrenia, where that person like literally hears people speaking in their head, then and they don't have control over it. And usually that voice is telling them to do bad things, and it's really like it's like a demon. Like I don't know. I might believe in demons. I'm not really sure, but I might believe in it though, right? I watched the video the other day, and I'll go ahead and start bringing it home now. I watched the video the other day, and I think this is what I'm going to say about this topic here with this guy David, right? I watched the video with my man Bricks Fitness. He's an excellent content creator, inspiration to me, most definitely. I think he does amazing lifestyle content, and he was speaking on his relationship, his new relationship, and he said this is the most healthy relationship I've ever had. Now I want to get more in depth with this, right? Because I want to get into. It's not that he's wrong. It's just that it's not something that should be promoted to young men because it's not helpful. He talked about basically not having to put up a front or wear a mask, right? And the thing is, people who say stuff like that are individuals who usually have an issue with their own authenticity. A symptom of poor mental health is not being confident in who you are and your ability to exist, meaning that you're always questioning your identity. You're always questioning who you are. You're always needing to redefine yourself. You always need to make a change, or seemingly needing to try to fix yourself. I think one of the things that drives people to veganism and shit like that, and other these alternative practices, is that you get this obsession of fixing yourself rather than having more of a dedication to discipline, i.e., your relationship to discipline. Like even this right here, it's to the point where I know that I get more views doing my short videos, but I have to keep working on my craft every single day, being consistent every day. Because I want to be a better content creator. I want to make sure that I'm really cooking. Make sure that ain't no gaps, ain't no stutters, ain't none of that shit. Right? I'm more focused now. I'm built more better now. You understand? But Bricks was talking about this so-called healthy relationship, and I'm not saying that it's not a healthy relationship, but again, in his mind, what he was saying is that he's able to be more honest about his problems and whatnot. The best thing to do for men in general is, for one, you need support from other men. All right, she does not need to know the specifics. All she needs to know is what's the next move and what you need her to do. When you talk about things, it needs to be plan oriented. If you're talking about a problem, it's more so, babe, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. This is going on. Don't ever make it seem as though you don't know what's going on or that you're scared or you're afraid. All right? Because it creates a feeling of instability for the woman and whatnot, and then it changes our dynamic. The same way you don't want her to gain weight, you don't want to feel uncomfortable gaining weight like that, right? Men will tolerate it, but if you had a choice, you wouldn't rather her not gain weight. You would rather her comply with you. You rather her cooperate with you. You rather her, just be a good woman, right? You don't want, the more that she does not stray from these things, the better the dynamic of the relationship is. But if she decides, okay, well, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, which is also what leads to men being miserable in relationships to begin with, is women literally thinking, I don't have to, or it's not a big deal if I don't. And this is another thing that's just a natural behavior or pattern with women, is basically the chaos, the opposite of order, saying, well, today I'm doing this. I'm going here today. I'm doing this today. I'm saying this today. I feel like this today. So I think encouraging men to embrace their feelings in an unguided way, I'll put it like that, in a way where you're not taking accountability, where there's no plan. I took a workshop a long time ago. One of the ways you help people is by giving them the plan. Let's say, step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, step 4 is this, and rinse and repeat and keep it going. You understand? And what can happen is the more you get into your own feelings, the more you get into your emotions and whatnot, there's no end to it. And then that becomes the definition of who you are, and then you become obsessed with them. Because you become obsessed with the stimulation that they give. Like at times, I found myself, I had to realize, okay, you had to stop thinking about these certain things because you start getting caught up in the stimulation of the thoughts of that past event and what came along with it. But anyway, we an hour and 10 minutes in and whatnot. We're gonna go ahead and call it quits for tonight. But you know,
goddamn, goddamn, I used to look.
All right, man, we got it, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Love y'all. I'm just saying.
Someone needs a place that.
Peace.